Today, video cameras are everywhere. We bring you the pictures they've captured. Sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's funny, but it's always real TV. The flames weaken the roof, and the firemen fall through. A wayward sailboat is stalled right in the path of the speeding ferry. These armed robbers mean business. Cameras are on hand for a brutal race through rugged terrain. And how do you get a cat down from a tree that's 150 feet high?
Not a very smart cat.
For Wednesday, March 25th, 1998, this is Real TV.
Hi, I'm John Daly, and we begin today in an exclusive area of Beverly Hills. A mansion is in flames, and firefighters are called to the scene. Then, disaster. The house is weakened, and firefighters fall through the roof. The frightening moment is caught by a cameraman with eagle eyes. And our Michael Brownlee has the tape.
A posh million-dollar mansion goes up in flames in Bel Air, California. Cameras roll as firefighters attack the blaze from every angle. They take to the red-tiled roof, picking and probing, hoping to find the source of the inferno. But the fire seems to have a mind of its own. One moment it's out, and then it sparks again. Still, no one could predict what happens next. The blazing roof literally caves in, swallowing 3 of the men. Firefighters and a cameraman race to a front entrance, expecting to find a fiery grave. As we show the video from another angle, keep in mind that's a 12-foot free fall, and the firefighters are all wearing 100 pounds of equipment. You can actually see the wall buckle. To the relief of everyone, all 3 firefighters escape unhurt. Firefighter Modesto Chillingar remembers his close call.
Started doing our job, and then all of a sudden, the next thing I know, I'm in the air, and then I remember being on my face, and then the roof was still falling down. It felt like I was getting buried.
30 minutes after the first flicker, the flames are out. And although the homeowners suffered a major loss, Modesto and his partners consider themselves the luckiest firefighters alive.
We were really lucky. I think God protected us. We should have been hurt. We walked away. If you did it 5 more times, it wouldn't have happened that way.
A very close call. The fire caused $600,000 in damage. It was started by a short circuit. Now, a little bit later, we'll have tape of firefighters on the scene of an unusual rescue. A red Corvette smashes into a house, and now someone is trapped. That's later, but right now, another incredibly close call. A disabled boat sits dead in the water during a sailboat race, and that's when the trouble begins.
It's the day of the Australian sailing finals, and these 3 Americans are trying to decide which sail to use on their skiff.
Big rig, as big as there is.
Number 1 rig.
Biggest rig we got.
That's the 2nd rig.
We got 1, 1, 2. That means 1 wins. We're going with the big rig. Go with the big rig. Big rig it is.
What they don't know yet is that it isn't going to make any difference. As an ocean-going video camera follows the action, the race gets underway. Suddenly, a warning horn blares, and the alert cameraman whips around toward the sound. The U.S. entry is sailing blind, and that ferry boat is bearing down fast.
Yankson just ran into the ferry.
Actually, it's the other way around. The skiff is totaled, but the men manage to jump free of their boat and avoid the ferry's churning props. Moments later, they're picked up and returned safely to shore. The 3 men must have rabbit's feet, horseshoes, and 4-leaf clovers in those wetsuits, for none of them is even slightly injured in the crash.
And get this, the 3 sailors went out, got another boat, and promptly won a gold medal. Well, next, a security camera stands watch over a convenience store, and it records some very frightening moments. Armed robbers come in, and they mean business. You're watching a daring daylight robbery in progress. A man and his shotgun-toting accomplice enter this convenience store in Houston, Texas, and start demanding dough. The clerk stays calm, and then suddenly, the robber aims the gun directly at the clerk and orders her to the register. Keep your eye on the left side of the screen. This guy is an innocent shopper, but the gunman doesn't pay him any attention.
Get the money.
A security camera rolls as the heist unfolds. The clerk fumbles with the register, and when the two bad guys look away, she makes her move. The gunman thinks she's grabbing for a gun. Now take another look in slow motion. She's not grabbing for a gun. She's trying to set off the store's silent alarm. As we continue in slow motion, keep your eye on the suspect in the white shirt. He heads into the storeroom. Maybe he's looking for more money, but he finds something else, the surveillance camera, and he unplugs it. Unfortunately, the clerk doesn't trip the store's silent alarm, and the bad guys take the money and run. Fortunately, they leave the most valuable item behind, the videotape from the surveillance camera. And one suspect was caught, and he awaits trial. The other is still on the loose. Well, would you climb 150 feet up a tree to save a cat? If you're a Realtv viewer, you might, but you definitely get the rescue on tape. It's the tale of a cat stuck in a tree.
Somewhere up in this tree, there's a cat.
The story began 3 days ago when the cat clawed his way up this 200-foot fir tree, chasing a bird. Now, he can't find his way down. When Phil Ruckus heard the cat's cries for help, he climbed into action.
There's Phil. You can see him in the tree.
Phil isn't an animal rescuer. In fact, he doesn't even own the cat. He's just a good Samaritan. Phil's friends down below roll tape on the feline rescue.
We expect the cat to completely attack him when he gets close enough. Both of them then plummeting from the tree.
They crack jokes on the ground, but Phil is 150 feet up the tree, and that's no laughing matter.
You can see now the cat is climbing even farther out the limb. Not a very smart cat.
Finally, he reaches the scared cat, but the cat gets spooked and tries to run. So he grabs the only thing he can, the cat's tail.
The cat is grabbed by the tail.
The cat lets out a meow and starts to struggle, but Phil hangs on and reels in his catch.
Woo-hoo! The cat's in the bag.
Together, they climb down.
Okay, Kitty, here we go.
And this sad tale comes to a happy end when, you guessed it, the cat's let out of the bag.
Here it comes. There it is. And there it goes. Go, cat, go.
Still ahead, this horse is flying first class. And a tug of war between two dragsters. Plus, where does a 60-ton earth mover park? Anywhere it wants. And here's one way to beat rush hour traffic. We'll be right back. You're watching Realtv.
Welcome back to the show where there are no scripts, no actors, and never a second take. Well, next, cameras take you to a grueling remote cross-country race. The first casualty is a horse that needs to be rescued. Our Sabila Vargas shows you how they do it.
It's a cross-country marathon of human skill and animal stamina. Held this year in Arabia, 52 teams from throughout the world have entered a grueling race called the Raid Gauloise. Amateur teams of 5 run, kayak, and ride horseback on an unforgiving marathon that'll take 12 days to conquer. 8 media cameras covered the varied terrain of the 22-mile course. Even by horse, the ridden leg of the race is relentless. Routed through this rugged valley, the course is full of demanding climbs and tight trails. Halfway into the ride, a horse becomes severely fatigued. Vets give the animal water, but it does little to revive her. Now too tired to continue, the animal is trapped high up in a mountainous pass. The only option left to rescue the horse is to lift her out of the hills. Chopper pilots get the call and in little time hover over the site. Before she takes flight, vets give her a tranquilizer and then hook her into a specialized harness. The horse is flown several miles and then lands safely near the start of the race.
Safe and sound. Well, big machines get into big trouble in our next 3 tapes. They were sent in by our viewers for today's Quick Clips. Father and son drag racers Jack and Toby Ermintrout like nothing more than putting on a show for the crowd. And when it comes to the main event, they perform a very unusual crowd pleaser. Both cars are attached by a specially reinforced metal bar. Then Jack prepares inside his car while his son pours water around the tires. After that, it's time for tug-of-war. It's a spectacle of smoke and horsepower. And when it's all over, father and son enjoy the cheers of the crowd. In San Diego, California, a 60-ton earth mover crushes 2 cars after rolling down a hill. It was being hauled up the hill on a flatbed truck when it somehow broke free. The driver of this blue car is happy to survive the accident. But it is truly a miracle that the driver of the white car is alive. And if you're wondering where it is, it's right here. And as you can see from the other side, practically the entire car is flattened to the ground. And as they drive the earth mover away, you can't help but think there was a little divine intervention. Icehouse Beer was looking for a fun way to promote their product, so they decided to give away 8 1952 Chevy pickup trucks. And as you can see, they have a very unique way of delivering them. Actually, this isn't one of the prize trucks. This parachuting pickup is just for show. A helicopter hoists it to nearly 1,000 feet and then gently lets it go. Another camera shows us what it looks like from the helicopter, while another one shows us the car's point of view.
Up next, a sports car slams into a house, and now someone is trapped in the wreckage. Plus, extreme skiing down the steepest mountain around. And the games you didn't see in the Olympics. The lumberjack competition. Back in 2 minutes. Amazing people. Incredible events. You're watching Realtv.
We'll talk about an uninvited guest. A sports car slams into a house. Someone's trapped, and rescuers spring into action. It's a strange and horrifying sight. A sports car sits inside the living room of a suburban family home. An unusual image, but a closer look reveals a more frightening reality. Homeowner Chester Madigan is inside the house, but not by choice. He's pinned beneath the wheels of the car. It starts when the driver of the red Corvette loses control on a freeway off-ramp and crashes through the front door.
I didn't turn both sides, okay.
Call it a twist of fate or an act of God. But Chester's life is saved by a set of filing cabinets that keeps the Corvette from completely crushing him. The car and the cabinets form an arch, allowing rescuers to treat the trapped homeowner while he waits. Emergency crews know they're working on borrowed time. The longer the weight of the car bears down on Chester's legs, the greater the chance of permanent injury.
If I put a set of airbags on this side of the wall,
the car just to keep it from teetering to one side or the other.
They could jack up the vet and pull Chester from underneath, but there's a concern the floorboards might collapse from the weight. Nearly 2 hours pass and rescuers are ready to make their move. They slowly pull Chester from the trap, which could easily have taken his life.
It was like something out of a horror movie. The right front wheel had both of my lower legs pinned to the floor. My back was against the wall, the east wall of the house. So they had to get in the basement first and brace everything up and cut a hole in the wall behind me so they could get me out.
All right, I got you, buddy. I got these guys. There you go. I got a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more.
Paramedics rush Chester to the hospital for treatment, where he makes a full recovery. The Corvette is removed and taken to the body shop. And the driver of the car, well, he wasn't hurt. In fact, he pulled himself out of the wreckage and sat on the couch when the rescuers arrived. Well, time now for your daily dose of extreme sports. Today, cameras follow a group of skiers. Now, this might be the only ski run where the trip up is just as dangerous as the trip down. 3 of America's top extreme skiers will attempt to ride down Rhone Glacier here in Chamonix, France. A 12,500-foot vertical drop of snow that clings to the side of this tower of granite. And the only way up is by cable car. Once they get there, they must climb down a metal ladder to the glacial peak. Now the fun begins, and documentary film cameras are there to capture it all. The mountain is so steep at points, the slightest wrong turn could send these brave skiers crashing into the rocks below. They make it through the day with no problem. Now with this under their belt, we can only imagine what their next conquest will be. Quite a run. Okay, here's videotape of games you'll never see in the Olympics. And once you've seen them, you'll know why. Timber. It's time now for the 3rd annual Lumberjack Championship here in Belgium. 7 men have gathered to become king of the forest, and a news camera is there to get it all on tape. The competition is so intense that it could be cut with a knife, or in this case, a saw. The contestants are judged on a variety of skills, from chopping to sawing. There's even a test where you have to slice a log as many times as possible without it falling over. This guy actually sliced the log 61 times. The overall winner is Raymond Kachelman. And after it's all over, these Paul Bunions show us their artistic side with a little whittling display.
Tomorrow on Realtv, the robber who thought he could get away with it by wearing a paper bag on his head.
Now here's your chance to play along. It's today's Realtv quiz. This is a 1985 Christmas episode of Remington Steele.
I'm not here. I'm in a green space.
Recognize the woman getting bullied by an evil Santa? She's now a well-known movie actress. We'll be right back with the answer.
If you have Realtv, call us toll-free at 1-888-REAL-TV1 or on the web, reach us at realtv1.com.
Here's the answer to our Realtv quiz.
I'm going to embarrass myself.
In one of her first acting roles, it's 27-year-old Jennifer Tilly, 12 years before co-starring in Liar, Liar. Thanks for playing the Realtv quiz. Well, that's it for now. There's more Realtv next time. Until then, Remember to take your camera with you. You never know when real TV might happen.
Oh, youngster just run into the ferry.